Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So 63-year-old New Hampshire resident Thomas Gallagher was once a Department of Defense employee. He was there for 32 years. He even held a top secret security clearance prior to his retirement. But according to a friend, he was, quote, watching far too much Fox News and didn't have anything else going on. Hate it when that happens. So when he was seen on surveillance video illegally entering the Capitol on January 6th, he was no longer working, luckily, at the Department of Defense. Gallagher joined the mob in the Capitol crypt where officers were attacked, assaulted. They were ultimately overrun by the large number of Trump supporters. We've all seen those videos. So officers retreated down a staircase, and the mob chased after them. Some of them did, and they were throwing objects at them. They were throwing chairs down the staircase as the police were running. So Gallagher was captured on video several minutes later carrying one of the chairs. It seems like he picked it up as he was descending the staircase. He walked down the steps, placed the chair on the ground at the base of the steps, and then he was seen on video again facing officers. They had moved to the end of a corridor, end of a long hallway, and they had formed a new police line. Well, Gallagher looked at them and he raised both of his arms in the air, what are you going to do? And he walked with others towards the police, but he lifted his hand because there was another man who picked up a chair, and it looked like he was going to use it against the police. And so basically Gallagher picked up, lifted his hand as if to say, put it down. And the other man complied. He did put the chair down. So Gallagher and the others approached the police at the end of the hallway, and Gallagher later admitted that one of the officers at the end of that hallway told them, quote, you cannot remain in the building. Well, Gallagher claimed he didn't know where to go. He didn't know how to get out. And so the police started arresting all of them, including Gallagher. He didn't resist arrest, to his credit. He was removed from the Capitol, and eventually the police released him, but they issued him a summons as they did with other people, and they said, you have to come back to DC, back to court at a later date. Well, on January 13th of 2021, Gallagher was arrested again, and he was charged with entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading or demonstrating in a Capitol. In July of 2021, Gallagher pleaded guilty to the parading charge, so he faced up to 6 months in prison, 5 years of probation, and $5,000 in fines. However, the prosecutor requested only 1 month of home confinement, 3 months of probation, 60 hours of community service, and a fine in some amount they didn't specify, also $500 in restitution. At his sentencing hearing, Gallagher told the judge, quote, I'm the type of guy that if you do something, you own up to it. That's what I'm doing. And then he went on to apologize. He said, quote, I'm apologizing to you, sir, to the DOJ, prosecutor Seth Manero, Congress, all the police officers involved, the FBI for any anxiety that I caused them, any fear. U.S. District Judge Carl Nichols presided over Gallagher's case, and he told him, quote, the events of Jan 6 were exceptionally serious. Protesting in the Capitol in a manner that delays the certification of the election throws our entire system of government into disarray, and it undermines the stability of our society. However, he cited all of Gallagher's positive attributes as well, and he said, quote, in comparison to the conduct of many others that day, Mr. Gallagher's conduct was less severe and in many ways substantially less severe. So in the end, Gallagher was sentenced to only 2 years of probation, 60 hours of community service, and $500 in restitution. So way too lenient of a sentence. in my opinion, especially for someone who worked in government, should have known better. But, of the hundreds of sentencings I've covered, this is one of the very few defendants who actually apologized to Congress and also to the police. Most of the time, if you guys have been following all of these, it's all woe is me. I've gone through so much. I've had so many consequences as a result of my actions. I deserve a break because I had a horrible experience since I committed crimes. So I think he still got off easy, but he hasn't committed any new crimes since then. This is one of the older sentencings that I mentioned earlier in the week that I was going to start covering because I somehow missed these in the past, and I want to have a complete record of all of these sentences. So it's been a while for him. He's stayed out of the news, unlike many of his other January 6 convicts. So that is a good thing. Let's hope he did learn his lesson. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you possibly can. Links are below in the description box on YouTube and the podcast. Love you all so much. Take care. Talk with you soon.